watching today, I kind of just wanted to talk about the newest sort of turn of events in the election. The GSA finally declared that Biden's administration is allowed to start the transition to his presidency. They're allowed to plan and get all that confidential information from the White House that so that they can, build a plan for the virus and, just for his presidency, which I think is really important because it's a matter of public safety at this point, and it's really just harmful. Um, it was really just harmful to all the citizens of our country that Trump was throwing a hissy fit and refusing to concede, refusing to allow Biden's administration to start their plan. I'm pretty sure he's doing it just so that he can say when if Biden does end up failing because he can't get a plan together for the virus, Trump can then go, "Oh, look, I was right." Like he's failing when it in was actually Trump's fault in the first place for stopping the transition. And I just think it's really funny. Trump just disowned yesterday I heard he disowned his lawyer Sidney Powell, who was, parading around the country with him on his team, saying, Hugo Chavez was the reason for our election rigged, that our election was rigged, and that there was, they made a system up to rig the election, and they're like throwing away votes, and there's massive voter fraud. And he disowned her and said that she was not any part of his administration or his team, and that she was doing her own law. So I just thought that that was really funny that he throws her under the bus right as he's about to be proven 100% wrong by, Georgia and Pennsylvania both certifying Biden's win in their states. So yeah, I just thought that was hilarious that he'd been kind of parading her around, being like, "Oh, look, this woman is gonna, she has all this evidence. We have all this evidence. We're drowning in evidence about voter fraud." And, um, you know, her and Rudy Giuliani kind of throwing that around the country just for him to be like, "Oh, actually, bye," and just, throw her under the bus and cut her off. It was just as he's, a sore loser. I just think it's really funny after all the build up and of the last couple weeks of him not conceding. I mean, I wasn't really surprised because from the 4 years we saw of his presidency, it's a little obvious that he doesn't really care about the safety of the country. He doesn't really care about, trying to be cordial or trying to, maintain some dignity in our democracy. He really just doesn't care about it. He would rather undermine democracy and threaten our freedoms of being able to vote and having our votes counted, just so that he can throw a hissy fit and so he can prove he wasn't wrong and isn't actually a terrible person who nobody likes anymore. I mean, I guess a bunch of people still like him, which is really scary to me. But yeah, he doesn't really have any power. We can move on to old Joe and kind of leave this crybaby man child in the past. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see, a new leaf sort of turned over, hopefully, of, like I said, like just some dignity, just some respect for our democracy. That is really, really important. It's how we keep our freedoms. It's how we, get what we want as a society, as citizens, and not have some right wing government, right wing Republican people trying to make a coup to take over our government so that we no longer have our rights and our freedoms to have our vote counted. So yeah, I think it's really scary. It's really sad because they made both sides sort of believe, they made Republicans believe that there was voter fraud and that our democracy was being undermined by liberals trying to throw out votes and fake Biden's win, which, would have been the largest criminal scandal ever in the history of the US. So that's obviously not a real thing. And I don't understand how so many people believe it with literally no evidence. They're 35-1 on lost cases, but people, quote, millions of people, quote, are, in the streets when it protesting the election, when really, I mean, it was only the Million MAGA March was only like a couple 10,000s of people. So it's not anywhere close to a million, as, Trump's press secretary liked to say. But yeah, there's that. And then, they also, ruined the left, or they ruin a lot of people's trust in our democracy, in our government, and its ability to protect us and our rights and our ability to vote and have our vote counted. So that's just a really scary thing. I don't know how it's going to be moving forward, because I personally don't really trust the our democracy anymore if it's really so easy to get so many people riled up and believing that there were fake votes, or that something that isn't happening is happening. It's just scary. But that's kind of my piece on that today. Thank you for watching. If you ended up watching, I'm kind of just a new YouTuber. I'm new on YouTube, just trying to like talk about the more relevant things to try and bring some traffic to my channel. So if you like this sort of thing, just let me know. If anyone does end up interacting with this, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I'm gonna try and be putting out just more content on relevant events, my opinions on what's going on, mostly just my opinion on random things that I want to talk about that day. So if that's something you're interested, go ahead and join my channel. Thank you for watching again. Bye. All right, this is Editing Maya here. The drawing in this video goes on for about another 8 or 9 minutes, so I'm gonna just put on some aesthetic music, and if you wanna, see the drawing to the end, be my guest. Thanks for watching.
Thinking of you, thinking of you.